What's up, guys? This is the Pimp Knight bringing you a RWBY retrospective reaction for Volume 1, Chapter 9, The Badge and the Burden. Let's jump right in 3, 2, 1. The sun rises over the rail and we see Sleep Mode Weiss with an adorable stretch and yawn, only to be ruined by RWBY.
Now that you're awake, we can
Technically, you're what's wrong with her, Weiss. You were sleeping and ruining her plans.
Decorating! What?
We still have to unpack. And clean.
Nice, Blake. And isn't that Weiss's pamphlet?
All right. Weiss,
I guess it technically belongs to RWBY now,
Gang
but still.
and their fearless leader, RWBY, have begun their first mission. Bonsai!
Now, I was sure with how quickly Blake joined in on that bonsai, she'd end up being a much more positive character. But boy, was I wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, Blake. You gotta own it. Nice reference there with the achievement. And you know Weiss fixed that curtain, even though I kinda liked it with the slash. If the whole Huntress thing didn't work out, RWBY could be an interior decorator.
This isn't going to work.
It is a bit cramped.
Maybe we should ditch some of our stuff.
Or we could ditch the beds.
And I'll sleep in one.
Replace them with bunk beds! That sounds incredibly dangerous.
And super awesome!
It does seem efficient.
Well, we should put it to a vote. I think we just did.
Democracy.
Objective complete.
The world's most unsafe bunk beds.
All right. Our second order of business is...
Although the one hanging from the ceiling might not be so bad.
Now, we have a few classes together today. At 9, we've got to be...
What? Did you say 9 o'clock?
It's 8:55, you dunce.
Not that time means much to RWBY, she can just zip right there.
To class.
Class?
And what was Team Juniper waiting for?
We're gonna be late!
Glinda's not impressed.
Monsters!
He's my second favorite character, guys.
Prowlers of the night. Yes,
Peter
the
Port.
creatures of Grimm have many names, but I merely refer to them as prey. Ha ha! Ha ha!
I had no idea that was Ryan the first time I watched this.
And you shall
It's so
too
obvious
upon
now looking back,
graduating from
but
this prestigious academy. Now,
he didn't seem
as
like the
I
kind
will
of guy
say,
who would
Vale, as well as the
do
other
something like
three
this, and so well too.
safe havens in an otherwise treacherous world. Our planet is absolutely teeming with creatures that would love nothing more than to tear you to pieces. And that's where we come in. Huntsmen. Huntresses. Individuals who have sworn to
All hail the
protect
Mad
those
King.
who cannot protect
The evil
themselves.
genius he is.
From what you ask? Why, the very world.
Hey, yeah.
Now who the hell is this guy anyway?
That
Every
is
time I
what
see
you
this
are
episode I
training
think to
to
myself, I
become.
should probably look that up, but I never do.
A story. A tale of a young, handsome man.
Who is it?
Me.
Of course.
When I was a boy.
The mumbling there is what most of us here run into Teacher tells a story.
My grandfather was a wise man. Peter, he told me. In the end, the Beowulf was no match for my sheer tenacity, and I returned to my village with the beast in captivity.
Now that is
my head
impressive.
held high,
Capturing a Grimm instead of killing it
as a hero.
seems like a very difficult thing to do. Although it is just one Beowulf. In a world so infested with Grimm, I find it kind of hard to believe that people would be impressed with the capture of a single creature. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
So, who among you believes themselves to be the embodiment of these traits?
I do, sir.
Of course you do, Weiss.
Well then, let's find out. Step forward and face your opponent.
What's in the box? That seems very unsafe, bringing a Grimm into the school. I'm just saying. Although, if you're gonna bring a Grimm somewhere, You might as well bring it to the place full of people who've trained their entire lives to kill the Grimm. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. But anyway, that was Chapter 9. Our first look at the mundane side of Beacon, if you could really call it mundane. Yeah, a little bit of the team dynamic there between Team RWBY and their first steps into the academics at Beacon. We get some very necessary team building in this and the next episode, specifically between RWBY and Weiss. If you want to hear me talk about the dynamic there, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll finish my thoughts on their whole relationship tomorrow, or at least as it stands in Volume 1. But until then, this is the Pimp Knight, signing off.